channel. So today I actually want to talk about my favorite K-drama. Guys, this show is literally my favorite. A lot of people ask me like, why are you so interested in the Asian culture? The Korean one is in particular. Why are you interested in learning their language and everything like that? Do you really want to be Korean or whatever? And I'm like, no, like I just love it because everything about their work and their craft is so authentic and it's entertaining to me, and I wish we could adapt some of that stuff into our stuff, but we don't, so it's really annoying. But my favorite K-drama show is W. I am obsessed with W, and it has been one of those shows that I continue to go to because I'm trying to learn the language and I pick up stuff every time I rewatch it. So yeah, I love it. So I'm going to tell you guys about the show, but I am going to mess up these names drastically because I am just a beginner, guys, okay? I am in book 1 of Talk to Me in Korean. Okay, so don't judge me on my pronunciation and not saying things right. You know, you guys can leave in a comment like the appropriate way to say these names and everything. But yeah, it stars Lee Jun-soo and Han Yo-ju. Lee's character name is Kang Cho, who is basically this gold medalist shooter, and he is falsely accused of killing his entire family, and so he goes to jail for about 5 years because of this. And after he is released, he starts an organization called W, which is supposed to help those individuals who have also been accused of crimes that they have not commit. And so his thing is, you know, how come I am able to help everybody else find like their killers and solve their cases, but I can't get my own solved? And I feel bad for him. And he's just been through like a whole lot of stuff, you know, like a tough life. He is so fine. My Lord, boy, why'd you find though? In the meantime, there's also Han Yoo-ju. She plays Oh Yoon-ju. And Oh Yoo-ju, she's a doctor at like a hospital, and she is in love with her career. And she's so excited because she has the opportunity to give open heart surgery. And you know, there's a little favoritism because her dad, he writes comics, and currently he is writing a comic called W. And her, like, I don't even know what to call him, like the guy that's teaching them, and like told her, hey, like you get to give open heart surgery, and but you know, you must help me find out some information about the comic your dad is writing. Give me some like scoop, give me some tea, you know, help a brother out. But yeah, so she receives a phone call from like her dad's assistant saying, hey, have you seen your dad, because he's missing and we haven't seen him in a while. And so she goes to his place to go investigate, trying to find some type of clues to lead to where he is. But in the meantime, she ends up getting dragged into this comic world of W. So yes, W is actually a comic, and Kang Cho is actually living in the comic world. And so she actually saves him, but she didn't realize it was Kang Cho. She didn't find out until like later when his name is mentioned, and after like the police was questioning her like what she was doing up there on the rooftop and like how she saved him, and then she gave them like the police the contact information and all that stuff. So yeah, when she realized who it was, she's just like in complete shock, and she ended up being dragged back into the real world. And then her dad's assistant says, hey, don't worry about it, your dad is fine, he just uploaded, you know, some more of the story. So she reads, and it's everything that she literally just experienced, and she's just like, oh my gosh. And now she's putting 2 and 2 together. And yeah, Control on the other side, he is on a mission to find out who this girl is who saved his life, and he feels like she holds the key to his heart, and you know, she is like a suspect in attempt of murder, but he doesn't see her in that way. But everybody else do see her in that way, because it's like you just up and disappeared, you know, and nobody can find you. Apparently, like, you know, her business card is fake, the hospital is not real, the contact information is not real, like it's all made up. And he's just like, I'm sure it's a reason behind. So Oyu Ju, she's dragged back into this world again, and she ends up saving him again. And from there, you know, they started having like chemistry. They started like loving each other, having so much feelings for one another. And she constantly keep being drifted back and forth in between the fake world and the real world. And you know, she's helping him in so much ways, and like she ends up going to jail. She getting caught because of, hold on, let me see, what's this girl name? Yoon So Hee. Because of her, like she turned her in. So, you know, yeah, I'm like, girl, you jealous, like, because she apparently has been in love with Control for a long time, and he hasn't looked at her in that kind of way. And I'm like, yo, that's the second time. Well, actually, they're currently in this show on Netflix. Is it called A Romance in a Book or something like that? Lee Joo Suk and Yong Yoo Jin. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, they're in that, and she's like a one-sided love type of thing again, you know, like Lee keeps choosing the other person opposed to her, and I'm just like, girl, he didn't want you in the W, and he don't want you in this, so move on, honey. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, they keep going back and forth. She keeps going back and forth into the real world and the fake world, and she ends up telling, you know, Control the truth. She didn't want to tell him because she didn't want to hurt him, because he had already been through so much, and he had already tried to like jump into the Han River at one point in time and like kill himself. And so he always keep having a sad ending, and she just really wanted him to have a happy ending. So she didn't want to tell him, but he's like, in order for me to help you, you need to tell me, you know. And they were married to BTW. So yeah, she told him, and then she ended up going back into the real world, and then it's like alarms and stuff started going off in the comic world, and they're looking for her because they're like, she escaped. And then time freezes, and Control, he ends up finding his way out and ended up being in the real world. And so now he realized the truth and everything, you know, or whatnot. So yeah, the story just really continues on where he ends up like killing himself, you know, because there is a killer on the loose who wears all black, and we don't know what he looks like. He has no face, and this guy, he really wants to have a face and have a purpose, because when, like, this is the thing, when there's no purpose of you, you start to like disappear. So the assistant that liked Control so much, her like purpose started to fade away, and so actually it started like her bones and everything started to be like so transparent, like you could see through her, because there was no purpose. Now that what's her name? Now that Yoon Ju is in there, and she is now the main female lead, there's no purpose for the assistant. So yeah, the girl started to like fade away. But you know, he didn't want, like Control, he didn't want his friends and family to get stuck living that type of life and everything. So he's like, the only thing we could do is you need to give this to your father, and he has to write this type of ending, you know. And so Kang Chu like kills himself, and then everything like pauses for a while until she's brought back into it, and she's forced to relive this whole thing like again, where she meets Kang Chu again, and because he doesn't know who she is, and then they start having like this love relationship and have feelings for each other, and then yeah, like, you know, just basically the same thing. And she's like, look, I am not going to do this again. And she was like, I'm so sorry because, you know, your first husband, even though it was me, but your first husband did this to you, and now I have to put you through this again, but it's the only way, because now I realize what he did wrong. So now I am able to fix that, you know. And so, yeah, that's pretty much like the whole gist. I don't want to go into like so much details about what happened. They do get like a happy ending, you know. Yeah, they get a happy ending, but it's still kind of sad, just the way that it ended. If you've seen it, you know why. But yeah, it's a really great show. Well, a great drama. So yeah, it's a really great drama. I do recommend you go check it out. Yeah. So that is it, guys. Enjoy it. If you did, thumbs up. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, and follow your girl on Instagram and Twitter, Snapchat. And let me know other K-dramas that you guys like and want me to review, and I will definitely get on that. So I'll see you guys in the next